I had to come and have a seat in the car for me to be able to make this video. I actually didn't run my errands this morning, but I am particularly livid. I don't think that a lot of people understand who really props up the American economy and how they thought these votes were supposed to show up and go. The farmers found out when they realized there was no one that was going to be able to come out to their farms and work. And they started putting up notices for fucking nurses to come. They started putting up notices for nurses to come out and pick fucking blueberries. And they were going to give them credit for doing so. That's how fucked you guys were. Then we did the tariffs. And y'all was under the impression you didn't know how tariffs work. Clearly, and this is why I taught to my kids' school, because they fucking need economics back in school at an early age, because this is absolutely insane that you guys do not understand how basic fucking branches of government works, how shipping and fucking receiving and logistics works, how balancing budgets and checkbooks work, how taxes work, because how did you guys not learn this? Okay, so tariffs on shipping are paid by the people who actually receive the fucking goods, y'all. You shipping it over here. Who's paying for the shipping? The receiver. All right, so let's blow past that. So now the tariffs are on. So people say they're not going to do business with us. Who else does that affect? Guess what? Farmers. Exports, right? The people that actually get stuff from the U.S., the exports that we do send out. Okay, so now the countries that don't want to deal with us because we told them to go get fucked. So then all these people start losing their fucking jobs, right? Left and fucking right. They take the cap off the student loans. So now everybody has to pay their fucking student loans back. The interest rate has gone up. We were already in a fuck situation in regards to the economy. The minimum wage has gone up 6% since the 90s. Between the 90s and now, we've seen about a 6% increase in minimum wage. These are people that make basic wages, and almost all small businesses end up paying a minimum wage unless you are a skilled facilitator. So let's just be honest about that. Billion-dollar corporations start people off at minimum wage. Okay, because they want to. This is capitalist society, and we are protecting the actual people that are making this country go round. The billionaires, all right? You guys are mad at the people that are on SNAP, but they have to work. There has always been a work requirement. You mad that you can go into Walmart and the woman that is standing there on her motherfucking feet greeting you for the last 8 hours also can go and swipe her motherfucking EBT card because they pay her the way that they do. You mad that people expect to be able to be tipped when they're serving you? But they pay them $2.50 an hour, and the only way that they end up making the minimum wage is if they are a crap server, unfortunately, or the restaurant just isn't busy. Come on now, like, pay people a living fucking wage and we wouldn't be here. Meanwhile, the inflation rate is up 100%. What are we doing? So who really props up America? Y'all exporting all these damn immigrants, everybody that came here, whether they came here illegally or not. At this point, they're racial profiling. So if you don't speak English as your first language, you getting up out of here if you look any piece of brown. If you're brown, you're going down. They shipping you out. There is no due process. So we don't have immigrants. Y'all been locking up niggas like it ain't nobody's business. Y'all been locking up poor people like it ain't nobody's business. I just watched a documentary on the Alabama State Prison. Do you know they got a 12% rate of letting people out of jail? They can't even go to their own parole hearings. And they're not rehabilitating them. So privatized prisons are up. Yes, they want to take away your benefits. Yes, they want to take away your health care. Yes, they want you out here poor, sick, and dead. Emails are starting to go out. Text messages are starting to go out. News outlets are starting to report that they are cutting benefits for school-age children. Y'all want these people to work? How? How are they supposed to work? Don't feed your kids, but send them to school. Also, when we're sending these kids to school, who's paying for the food if we're not going to be subsidizing, right? I seen someone say some shit like, oh, you know, they go to school, they're gonna get fed at school 2 meals, right? You drop your kid off, they can get breakfast if you drop them off early enough, and then they can also get lunch, and then you just have to make sure that you feed them dinner. But that's when you qualify for the SNAP program. Otherwise, you're paying for your child's lunch. How much is childcare? The average childcare rate for one child is about $750, school age, okay? Goes up into the thousands for some people if we're talking about a baby. If I have to work from 9 to 5 and my kid has to be at school at 9:30 and gets out at 3, where does that land me? Because now I can't pay my childcare provider, and you guys aren't going to pay them either. So I don't have food, I don't have childcare, I can't go to work because I worked at Walmart, and guess what? They cut my fucking hours, my guy, because they cut SNAP. So while you guys voted for this, right? Did you know that it was going to affect your grandchild or your great-grandchildren or your neighbor's kid or the neighbor's kids, right? Because quiet as it's kept, that black welfare queen, that Mexican welfare, that immigrant, it's not us, baby. If this was the case, then they would have cut these programs a long time ago. The average person that is taking advantage of these benefits are low income. It does not have a race. It is low income, period. It is disabled, or the caregivers of disabled people. That's it. Chronically sick people. But we Christians, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. We as Christians are out here traumatizing and trying to exterminate the weakest of us.